Welcome back. This is the next episode. So I basically have the frame done, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. Well, in probably about 20 minutes. We have some other parts here that we need to kind of like get cleaned and straightened up because they have to get primered and painted. And I kind of need these parts to get the framework set up so that I can actually start working on everything else. Once you get the frame done, the swing arm and the center stand, we can actually start working on assembling it, restoring everything and assembling it. So I need to really kind of get that done. So I need to get everything ready. I've got the swing arm, I've got the fork ears, and I have the center stand here that I'm going to actually start working on. I'm going to use some paint stripper on it to try to get most of the paint off. And after that, I have a brass coated wire wheel. I'm going to go over that, and then I'm going to sandblast. So I've already done that to the headlight bucket. I should have shown that, but I didn't. I'm going to actually show it. I have a little glass cabinet here. So, and I've got glass bead media in it, which works fantastic. So that's going to be the last step. So that'll give us a great coat. I've got a 2K black epoxy coat primer coming. So that's where we're going to paint the frame, the swing arm, the fork ears, the center stand, and the headlight bucket. And we then will paint it, and we then will clear coat it. So we will have a great setup for the bike, for working on the bike. So I'm going to go over here, forgive the mess. And I'm going to turn tracking off now. Okay, I'm going to start. Okay. Let me get the stripper. All right. Paintbrush. It's just easy doing it in this bucket. So we're going to try to get most of this off. And we will bead blast it, and then we will coat it. And we should be good to go. This stripper works very well. And I've used it on tanks, and it works relatively quickly. It's not going to get all the paint off, but it will get most of it so that when it'll be easy for us to spray. And here is, this is really bad actually. See, there's a lot of gunk on this. I cleaned it up a little bit last night with just some degreaser, which it worked out a little bit. It worked okay. And, well, I don't want to say it worked out really good. And it is. These are what I really like coated very well. I want the frame really done nicely. So that's why it's so funny, because the items that take the longest are the basically the prep. This is the prep of the surfaces. After we do this, the only thing we really have to do substantially after this would be the 2 fenders and the 2 battery covers, and there is 1 battery box. Not battery box. I'm sorry. There's one toolbox. Since this is a police bike, there's only a toolbox on one side. There's battery covers on both sides. That's generally it. Again, we're going to do something different in this prep, where we're going to actually CAD coat. So put a CAD plating on it. So we're going to see how that works. I have the Caswell set up, and I'm hoping it's fantastic. And the last thing is, obviously we have to do the tank. I looked at the tank. The inside of the tank looks really great. I've already got a coating for that. I've got some Caswell epoxy for that. And that's very good. Okay, here's the swing arm. And I'm going to coat this. And this looks like somebody's thrown paint over it already anyway. And so there's a bearing in here as well. Right inside there's a bearing. We're going to remove it. I'm going to remove it and put a new one in after we get the paint off and before we paint it. Let me phrase it, before we even prime it. So it's just easier to get it out. And it's so funny, you can actually see the paint starting to bubble up on this thing already. So somebody has painted this. There's a layer of paint coming up already. And I've already ordered the epoxy coat, the epoxy primer, and that should come tomorrow. It's so it would be nice if we have this all prepped and ready to go tomorrow. And it's going to be kind of tight because obviously I got to wire wheel this, which doesn't take that long, but you still have to wire wheel it. And you've got to then we got to bead blast it a little bit. Again, it's not that long, but still got to do it. And sometimes you have to let this stuff work a little bit, which we're going to. And I put it in this box so that I can actually, worst cases, coat it, seal it up, and let it just get coated. But it is, yeah, I mean, it's really flaking off. I mean, you can really see it right here. It's actually even coming off. There's at least something. One coat is coming off. Well, I got black in my hands. Yeah. And this is probably the worst one. It's we have a couple other miscellaneous parts that are painting. There is the you know what? Let me go get it. There is the forks, the upper tree and the lower tree. So let me get those as well. We'll do those while we're here. So here's the lower tree. This is the upper tree. The upper tree is really nasty. It's got so much dust in it. Again, this is from Arizona, so on this one I'm just gonna coat it. This one I'm gonna clean a little bit first. So this is Degreaser cleaner, and it is called Super Clean. It is from Walmart. It is absolutely positively fantastic. It is the best degreaser. It works. It works so well that I do not actually. I don't put as many things in the ultrasonic as you might think. I do bigger items, and when I just want them to sit and bake, I'll put them in the ultrasonic. But generally speaking, this thing gets them as clean or cleaner, and than the ultrasonic. So I love it. I love that stuff. It's like I said, I get it at Walmart. Also, can get it at I think I got it at I think I've got it at Advanced Auto as well. So that's good too. It's at Advanced Auto, I think it was like $20 for a gallon, and I mean a gallon does not last that long, but I mean it just tears the grease apart. It dissolves the grease. So if you spill some oil on the floor, spray it on there. It in essence dissolves it. It just makes life so easy. So it is. I now I got to get this blade in. Wow, this is really hard. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can always see it coming off. So I'll put this first. And I've got a wire brush here too. Sometimes it's easy to take off with the wire brush. See that? It is. Works well. Let's get. Okay, we're back, and I put some more gloves on. I'm gonna rinse off that top of that triple tree. All right, let me give it another dose and let it sit for a little bit. Let me have this one. right, this is really okay. It looks good. What I'm doing is I'm hoping this softens it up enough so that when I wire wheel it, it really comes off easy. It normally does. At least the bulk of it does, and then we actually media blast it, and it gets done. So it's the easiest way that I've found to do it. I'm gonna have to change gloves because these things are just ripping through it. So stand by 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna wire wheel it now, and I'm wearing a face shield, and I'd rather get just the bulk of it basically cleaned so I can get it into the media blast cabinet. This just makes it so much quicker. So let's start. That was probably about 6 minutes, let's say, to wire wheel it. It looks actually pretty good. I'm going to go in there and bead blast it now, and it will be basically just raw metal. It'll be flawless. So I am going to set you up on my. Hopefully, you can see through my on my blast cabinet. So I'm going to blast this one right now. So stand by. Okay, I'll show you the vapor blaster or the blast cabinet in a minute, but let me go through because I've actually cleaned off that nub, that fender here. This is the center stand. So let me get this done. Okay, we've got a good amount off, so let's go to the blast cabinet.